5. Hey, Carla. Hey, Barbara Ann. Hey, Alexis.
The Crenshaws. The Bridgers. If y'all know me, I like dancing. Let's dance. Salsa. Let's go, salsa.
I don't dance. Y'all know that. I ain't got a hold of dance.
Come on.
Hey, Arthur.
Hey, Kim. Oh, hey, Kim. I miss that's my
Hey,
sorority
Trish.
sister. Yeah. Ain't moving that bit. You right, Alexis. Ain't moving that bit. Y'all dancing with me though? We come to have fun. Come dance with me, salsa. Forward. Backward.
Hey, Jessica. Hey, Kim.
I miss you too, Kim. I miss you so much. Oh.
You can get started in just a few minutes.
In just a few minutes, we'll get started.
Did I get a prize to be first?
Yeah.
First view.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, DJ. Yes, DJ. You treat us to come out there where you at.
Texas.
In Texas.
Hey, Tracy. Lindell. Carissa. Hey, Jessica.
Hey, Jessica.
One more rotation, and we're going to start.
We starting?
One more.
One more? Okay, you gonna dance this time?
No.
No? Okay.
Hey, all sis Solange.
Y'all ain't praying. Hey. He sings, I dance. Yes.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? How
Hey,
you doing?
everybody.
Thank you guys for joining in to our first ever Thursday Love.
Yes. Yes.
I am your host,
Oh, God.
William. Some people call me TJ.
Tell him not to say
This
host.
is my wife, Sherry.
Yes. So this is Thursday Love. So what we're going to do is we're going to share a lot of hearts. Share this to other friends. Share this to other people. Come on, hit the share button. Let's see the hearts. Come on, let's see the hearts from our people. Let's see hearts. Yay. Let's see hearts from everybody. Come on, yay. Thanks, Ms. John. Come on, let's see the hearts. Let's see the hearts.
There we go. There
Come
we
on,
go.
let's love on each other. Let's show the hearts. Yay. I love the hearts. Yay. All right, so welcome to Thursday Love.
Yes. Welcome. Go ahead.
All right, you starting on, you telling them. So, how do we get Thursday Love? Why is it Thursday Love? What is Thursday Love? And so,
Well, Thursday Love is basically showing love on Thursday.
just on Thursday.
It's for the married and the singles. Most of the time, single couples say, "Well, I'm not gonna log in or tune in." But we've been married for this year will be 12 years. We've been
12 years.
June 18th of this month we'll be together for 12
My
years.
birth anniversary. Yeah.
And one of our friends put on Facebook a few days ago. He said that nobody should not give any advice to anybody if they haven't been married longer than 10 years. So we got that by now about 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
say
is just
that.
something that God has given us
Hey,
to just share.
Charlene.
To just share
Hi,
with
Charlie.
those who are married. Everybody's marriage is not perfect. And even if it is, you still have room to improve.
Always
and then
room
there
to
are
improve.
singles who
Desire.
who desire to be married.
Yes.
So with some of the tricks and trades that we've learned, the heartaches, the headaches, the pains, the arguments, the disagreements, the laughs, we just going to share. We're going to be a little transparent. And we ain't going to tell you everything, but we're going to give you some tricks and trades. So hopefully, that be testimonies of how this has blessed you and how it improved, your marriage. Or if you're single, how it helped prepare you for being married.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so Thursday Love is going to be on Thursday nights, as you know, 9 o'clock. But we're only going to be up here for 30 minutes. Nobody's going to be up here for a whole hour preaching you down. So we're just going to share you a little bit of our world Because a lot of people are always talking about, you know, Sherry and TJ, y'all got like the perfect marriage. Sherry and TJ, how do y'all keep it so long? What do y'all do? And so we're just going to give you a little bit of us. Hopefully it'll help. Some people it will help. Some people it probably won't. But for whoever it is, hopefully it will help you. So TJ's going to give us a little rundown. And then we're going to move on.
Yeah, so, all right. So if you look at society today, society says that pretty much the worst thing to do is to be married. Or every time you turn on TV, there's always somebody talking about, you know, getting divorced, or whether it's the famous couple or just in general. So APA, which is the American Psychological Association, says about 40 to 50% of marriages end in divorce. In America, there is one divorce every 36 seconds. That's nearly 2,400 divorces per day, 16,800 per year, 867,000 divorces, per week, and 867,000 divorces a year. The average length of a marriage that ends in divorce is at least 8 years. So our goal is, for those that are watching, that your marriage does not end in divorce. That it is for a lifetime. And I know tonight, you know, is the beginning of the NBA Finals. But the NBA Finals is only for 2 weeks. So our goal and what our job is, well, I'll say tonight, our job and our goal is to make sure that your marriage lasts a lifetime and not just 2 weeks.
Right.
So what we're basically going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, next couple of weeks.
Is, we'll talk about the communication and the intimacy and all those things. I mean, there's plenty of things to talk about as it pertains to marriage. But for the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about loving me, loving you, and then loving us. So, loving me, loving you, loving us is something that TJ and I just pretty much came up with over the years as we have grown together, should I say. There were times that I was just loving me, and then there was times I was trying to figure out how to love him, which is loving you. And then I've learned as a wife and as a woman, I've learned to love us. So I've always said to him all the time, I just love us. I was like, I just love us. We're different. We're corny. We're weird. We're introverts. Speak for yourself.
We're extroverts. Whatever. We're whatever. But I love us. And so, the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about loving me, loving you, loving us. So, because, you know, honestly, we can't do any of this without God. God is the center of everything. Right. And, you know, the scripture says, love God with all your heart, your strength, your mind, your soul. And then love your neighbor as you love yourself. So in order to love my neighbor, I have to love myself. And how do I love myself? I love God first. So, you know, we have to learn to give ourselves to God. We have to learn to give all that we have to God. And that helps us understand who we are. And so that's learning how to love me. Those are just the main component of how to learn to love me is first loving God. And then there's other components in learning how to love me. What do I like about myself? What I don't like about myself? You know, how do I see myself? My identity, my value, my worth, you know, all these things. And this could be where you're dating, you're single, or you're just trying to find yourself. Or sometimes, you know, some people say, well, you need to be whole and complete before you get married. And I'm not knocking that statement, but that wasn't my testimony. I wasn't together when I met TJ. I wasn't whole. I wasn't together. I didn't know who I was. I was in pieces when I met TJ. So, you know, I had to learn who I was. I had to learn to love me. And so then he has his own story of how he learned to love him.
I was perfect.
As always, you say you're perfect. He has to learn to love him. And I have to learn to love me. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next couple of weeks. Loving me, loving you, loving us. And so tonight, we're just going to start off with just loving me. And so at any time you got any questions, comments, things you want to say, chime in. We want to hear it. We want to hear your testimonies. We want to hear your comments. We want to hear your suggestions, your questions, whatever you got. We're more than happy to tell it. Yeah, TJ do look happy, don't he, John? I don't even know who John is.
So a small disclaimer. So now, mind you, I don't have a degree in marriage seminar.
Yeah.
Neither does Sherry.
No,
but
not
what
counseling.
we have a degree in
Counseling.
is the hard knocks, real life.
Yeah.
So no matter what we say, there may be people that agree and disagree.
Yes, LaVon.
And we're not
he
here, you know, for you to agree with what we're saying, you know. But I will say this: no matter what, those who are single that are or engaged, let me say, single or engaged, they're thinking about getting married, or those who are married, make sure you get marriage counseling from your pastor. And if you're married and you don't want to go to your pastors, make sure you go see a professional counselor to help you with, because that stuff does help also.
Yes.
So we talked about loving me.
Loving me.
So one way to love yourself is we're believers, so we're Christian believers. So one way to love yourself is you have to love.
Speak louder, TJ. Meech say she can't.
Meech to speak louder.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, all right.
Hey,
so
Shara.
One way to love yourself is to love the one who can tell you about yourself, which is God. There's no way in the world that you can find out who you are if you don't find out from the one who created you. That's the first. That's one of the things that helped Sherry and I get to know, because, like she said, our stories are different. I come from a two-parent household. And I was a church boy.
Yeah.
Sherry, parents had challenges early on. And she didn't. I think she's probably started going back to church when she was in college maybe, or something like that, or.
I didn't start going back to church until he came along.
Well, that was college. So we come from totally. I promise you, totally two different backgrounds. But that's the thing that made us. I think that made us good together, because even though we come from two different backgrounds, but God took two people who came from totally two different backgrounds and put them together to make what He's made. We're talking about loving me. So, like I said, we don't talk about different things that pertains to marriage, communication and so forth and so on. But when we talk about loving me, everybody loves cake, just about. I got to back away from it because I'm trying to lose weight and trying to, tone up. But everybody loves the cake. But what people don't, some people don't know all the ingredients that it takes to go in, man.
I was just saying they love a cake because it's beautiful, it's pretty.
Oh yeah, cherries.
The icing around it, the display, the presentation itself. You know how Bill Cosby said in his episode. Y'all remember Bill Cosby? That episode where he had to talk to Dadness about presentation, how beautiful a nice round T-bone steak is and the food and stuff. But he said if I hand it to you on a trash can lid. You remember that episode? I love Cosby. So anyway, but presentation, the cake is beautiful.
So we talk about the cake, and people tell us all the time, well, y'all such a beautiful couple, and y'all this and this. But see, everybody doesn't know the ingredients that it takes behind the scenes to be able to not necessarily create, but to be who we are. They don't know the hard knocks. Right, like I said, the different things we've been through. In life, because people love the end result, but people don't want to sit in the kitchen and make the cake. They don't want to put the 3 eggs, and I don't know
how to bake it.
Well, perfect example. So the 3 eggs, the oil, and they don't want to do that. So that's what we're here for tonight, is to help you first realize that in order for your marriage to be successful, you have to be the best you that you can be, which means that, as Sherry stated earlier, when people say, well, before you get married, you need to be whole and you need to have everything together. Well, that wasn't our story.
No.
Because when she said earlier, when we first met, I might have looked like I was together, but I wasn't all together. To me, she looked like she was all together, but she said she wasn't all together, and that was, God bless. So, but what happened over time is I had to, I saw her flaws, and she saw my flaws. But instead of her bashing me about my flaws, or instead of me bashing her about her flaws, we both heard each other's flaws, and we helped each other work through our flaws.
Yeah. So, as he was saying about the cake, the ingredients, Pastor Solange, Overseer Solange said the process. Exactly. God dealt with me earlier today because I was like, okay, God, how are we going to go about this? And somebody put something about perfection on Facebook, and God dropped it in my spirit. He said, people would rather see perfection than to do the work to be perfected. And I was like, really, God? Because, I'll say it again. People would rather see perfection.
Say it.
You're so silly. Than to do the work to be perfected. And the thing is, we all want the end result. We all want the big mansion. We want the money. We want the cars. We want that success. We want to be at that level. We want to arrive. And a lot of people feel like me and TJ have already arrived at that moment. And it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of mistakes. We made a lot of mistakes. For those who don't know, and some of y'all do know our testimony. I was not saved. I didn't grow up in church. So yeah, we knew of God. We went faithfully on Easter and Christmas, to a AME Zion church. And
not knocking AME Zion.
Not knocking AME Zion. God bless you. But my mom made sure that, we try to go to Sunday school and, amen. It just didn't work. And so I really didn't grow in church like that. And then to have my world collide with his world when I'm 21 and he's 21 and he's a church boy, he's growing up. I really didn't know who I was. I was in a place in my life where I was really broken. I didn't know who I was. I was about to graduate from college. Sports is all I knew. I played basketball in high school. I played basketball in college. I used to hang around a lot of guys. I was in a sorority. I knew life. I knew how to experience life. I knew to go and hang out, go be around some friends or whatever. But at the end of the day, I was broken. At the end of the day, I didn't know who Sherry was. I was very insecure. I really didn't know what I wanted out of life. I didn't know where I was going. Here I am with a high school diploma and a college degree and not knowing where I was going. Yes, John, whoever John really is. Kojic versus Methodist. Slight Methodist. But, not knowing who I was. And so when he came along, it was like God sent him to help me find who I was. Because being with him, I realized who I wasn't. And that was the first thing. I realized who I wasn't.
That's a good point, because that's what I realized. Even though I grew up in church, I guess some of y'all who grew up in church would know this. Just because you grow up in church doesn't mean that you're perfect, or doesn't mean that you have everything together. Because most churches teach you how to have church, but they don't teach you how to live outside of the church. Basically, they don't teach you how to live what is being preached. So I knew the church thing, and that's why I said I thought I knew some things, but she even helped me to realize what I wasn't.
Right.
But keep going.
That was pretty much it.
That was a good point.
So the process begins. Here we are. We're meeting each other, and we come from two totally different backgrounds. The church background versus the unsaved chick that, all I know is life. So, church life versus my life. And so the question is, do these two worlds collide? Do these two worlds make sense? Can these two worlds make it happen? And in my mind, in the beginning, I was like, no, this is not who I pictured. I mean,
see, I was supposed to be bald-headed, muscular, which now God has blessed me. But I was supposed to be bald-headed, dark-skinned, muscular, and an athlete. I was a half-elite, not an athlete. You can see I got hair, and I didn't have muscles then, so so I was nothing of what she was praying for or what she had asked.
But that is if I wanted, because technically I didn't want to get married and I didn't want to have kids, here we are.
Yeah.
So I completely did not know who I was. So
But we're talking about loving me.
Loving me. This is the process of loving me. It's basically finding out, for us, loving me was first finding out who we want.
Right.
I was not this church girl. I didn't grow up in church. I didn't know all about this Jesus saves. I didn't know, about this hollering and screaming. The first time I saw somebody hollering and screaming, I thought they were possessed when they got to running around the church.
One thing she told me, we still talk about loving me. One thing she told me, she said, I'm not going to be like them women who had them long jean skirts, them thick white socks and sneakers, and a white shirt. She said, I'm not going to be one of them people. As soon as she got saved, she was the first one wearing that long
Shut up,
jeans
Stephon.
skirt. That's not nice. Bad word.
Oh, bad word. Hush, Stephon.
But when we talk about loving me,
who we want.
when people get married,
Hush, Charlie.
you know, some people are, as Sherry mentioned, she talked about she was broken. And, you know, I said it earlier and I say it again. There may be some people who get married and, you know, they got everything together and they, you know, they're holy, 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 and Lord God Almighty early in the morning. That may be somebody's, you know, testimony, whatever the case is, but like some people are broken. Some people, because of certain life experiences that they've had, you know, and then some people have been married before, and you know the marriage didn't turn out, you know, that great or whatever the case may be, or they might have been abused, maybe it was physically or verbally abused, whatever the case may be, and get married again. And sometimes even if you were just dating in general, not even having anything to do with marriage, just dating, and you may have been with a girlfriend or a boyfriend who hurt you. You know, a lot of times people bring those hurts and those past pains, whatever the case is, into, you know, whatever the relationship they're in. And we're still talking about being a better me. Like I remember Sherry told me, she said she was on the boardwalk. Tell your story about you being on the boardwalk that night and you was talking to God. Anyway, she told me the story. She don't remember. Anyway, so she was on the boardwalk and she was telling God, she was telling God how tired she was of the life that she was living.
Oh yeah.
That's a shame. Of the life that she was living and how she wanted to change. And then later on I popped up or whatever the case may be. But we talk about loving me. Some people don't know how to love themselves.
I didn't know how to love myself. I honestly did not know how to love myself. Growing up, I grew up in a very loving family. I knew how it felt to love others. You know, we're a very affectionate family. My mom, my dad, we're very affectionate, you know, but I didn't know how to love me, you know, because, you know, and growing up in our family, we say I love you about 100 times a day, or I love you. It's not a day we don't go by saying I love you or whatever. I mean, we have our moments. It's good, yeah. But I just didn't know how to love me growing up. Growing up, I was fine up until I got around teenage years, and then that's when the insecurities start coming in because I didn't look like everybody. I got picked on, you know, because of my size, my complexion, you know. Even though I played sports, I had certain teammates who taunted me, who didn't care too much for me. So I felt like
not all of them.
I felt like, not all of them, but I felt like I wasn't good enough. I really felt like I wasn't good enough. So that stigmata kind of went with me into college. And I started doing things that, you know, that rebellious spirit would do. Just go out and do stuff because, you know, you don't really know who you are. And so, you know, I think sometimes learning to love you is first finding out, you know, the things that you're broken from, you know, that has broken you, or should I say. And in my life, I felt like I was told a lie. I was told that I wasn't good enough, you know, and that kind of stuck with me everywhere I went. So no matter what I did, who I did it with, I was never good enough. Nothing I ever done was never good enough. And so if I got with a guy, he didn't want me because I was just cute and I was said or whatever. I wasn't good enough for him, so I would do extra things. I would sell myself short. I would do things that, you know, taking up lies for him, covering for him, or doing things for a guy that I shouldn't have been doing, losing who I am because I didn't know who I was. And so starting to love me is when I got with TJ, because someone actually liked me for me. I didn't have to put on a front.
Okay, y'all, look at her, first of all. What is there, what is there not to like? I've been like, what is there not to like about this woman? And when she was talking about, you know,
we kept around.
One of the jobs of a husband is to, because I can't speak for the wife, but I can speak for myself. Even though I knew she was broken and so forth and so on, what I did and what I purposed myself was to build her up, which means that every chance, and I still do it, and I do it now because it's the truth. And I didn't do it. I did it to build her up, but I did it because it was the truth. I told her how beautiful she was and how much I loved her the way she was. She didn't have to be this other person. I wanted her to be the best her that she could be. That's all I asked for her to be, is to be Sherry. Don't try to be what she used to be, whatever her past was. I never held it against her because it didn't matter to me what her past was, because her past was her past. We're in the present now. So whatever she did before May 21st, 1999. 1999. That's when we started dating. We've been together, y'all, for like 18 years, married for 6.
1999.
No, married for
12 years.
Yeah. So
and together for 18.
It didn't matter to me what she did or who she was with. It didn't matter because that was past. But all that mattered to me was what happened after May 21st, 99. So, or May 5th, sorry, 99. So that's one of the things about a husband. We still talk about loving me because as a husband, we have to help our wife love themselves even more as well as the wife help the husband. Because a husband can, he can build his wife up, or he can tear his wife down.
Right.
A wife can build her husband up, or she can tear him down. And it only takes one word to build them up or to tear them down.
Right.
So I had to be very careful. Even I knew there was some things she was doing. I had to be very careful in what I said, how I said it, and when I said it, because just because you see something or you know something, or even God tells you something, there's still a time to release it. And not only there's a time to release it, but there's a way you have to release it. So you really have to get spiritual guidance, really, from God to say, to know when to say it and how to say it. And then sometimes, yes, you pacify it, but then sometimes you just got to say, this is what needs to happen. Because she does it for me. And she don't care. Every man needs a woman or a wife that is willing to tell him the truth.
Yes.
No matter whether he wants to hear it or whether he does not want to hear it. And most of us men, when she tell me stuff that I don't want to hear, my pride just rises up. And I'm like, you ain't telling me what to do. And then when I get by myself, I'm like,
yes, he is.
She was right. You wrong. You need to change your ways. But that's still a part of when your wife tells you about yourself. That still helps you to love who you are. Because she tells you that because she loves you.
And even though I was broken and he would tell me all this good stuff, it helped me to heal. It helped me not to be ashamed of my past, because I carried that shame, that weight, that guilt, that insecurity on my back of all that I had done, because I'm sitting there like, you from the church. The church, in my world, in my mind, church people are perfect people. And I think that's why we put such a high expectation on people, and that's where church hurt come from, because we put this expectation on people, and that's what I did. I was like, church people, he perfect, and I got all this mess with me, so I felt like I had all this baggage with me. But by him telling me I was beautiful and telling me, I don't care about your past, let's talk about it. You know what? Talk to me. And he allowed me to talk, and he allowed me to heal, and he allowed me to be transparent and honest and just real with him, and he didn't judge me.
Right.
And, and that was the great thing. He didn't judge me.
Judge me not, lest ye be judged.
So as soon as I started opening up and learning how to heal and learning how to express myself and be honest with him, trust him with my nakedness. I had to trust him with my nakedness.
Trust me.
And so I did, because I never could trust anybody. So I trusted him with my nakedness, and he kept that, and he didn't judge me. And so I was able to heal. So first I had to heal from all the scars and the wounds from my life. And then that opened up me to start liking me in order to start loving me.
Because what I did was, I didn't hold her past. I freed her from her past. I no longer held her bondage to her past. And a small disclaimer, we say church hurt. Yeah. It's not necessarily church hurt. It's people in the church who hurt you. So it's not church hurt. People keep saying church hurt, church hurt. No. It's somebody in the church who was just nasty and mean, and they hurt you. So, we're still talking about loving me.
Still loving me. But so, like I said, Thursday Love is only a 30-minute segment on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. I pray this had blessed you for tonight. It was our first time. We came out our comfort zone.
Woohoo!
We came out our comfort zone tonight. This is something new for us. If you know me and TJ, we kind of private. We to ourselves. I mean, we love people. We don't mind talking in front of people, but this was something new for us. And we you enjoyed it?
I loved it.
I enjoyed it. Anything with you, I enjoy. So it don't matter. So anyway, Thursday Love, Thursday nights at 9:00, 30 minutes. Join us next Thursday. Share it. Tell your friends about it.
Where the hearts, where the lights.
Yeah, where the lights, the love.
If we
show
said
it.
something tonight to
Bless you.
Thank you, Apostle. Thank you. Says excellent. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Love you too.
But like I said, we're going to keep talking about different topics. And if you have any ideas, any suggestions, any testimonies about your marriages, any questions about relationships, any suggestions, go to our page. Go to our page, our fan page, our like page, Facebook, at Thursday Love with TJ and Sherry. On Instagram, Thursday Love 05. Come on, reach out to us. Reach out to us and let us know. And once again, before we get off, we really want to thank Crystal Griffin.
Oh, yeah.
We want to thank Crystal Griffin.
She created a logo.
She
Wonderful.
created our logo. Thank you so much, sweetie.
Thanks, Carla.
And then we also want to thank my cousin Lamont Forrest. I mean, some people know him as Cedric. I grew up with him. I call him Lamont. Lamont Forrest, I love you. Thank you for the photography, for the pictures that we took. So, look forward to games. We're going to do some games. We're going to talk about the opposite attract. We're going to talk about how to make each other laugh. Communication.
Love language.
Do you listen? We're going to touch some subjects in the next few Thursdays.
Why are you looking at me when you said, do you listen?
Do you listen? Do you listen? Listening.
All right.
That's a trick in itself. All right, so
where the hearts?
where the hearts? They showing me love on my page.
On my page.
They showing me love on my
nobody
page.
Don't like me. I don't have any hearts. So I don't have no thumbs or nothing on my page. That's all right. John, you asked. We're from the Durham area. That's where we're from.
We're not from Durham.
He asked where we were from.
No, he was talking about where we grew up at.
Oh, it's two countries.
We'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
So join us next Thursday at
Thursday.
Yeah, next Thursday. We'll log on about 8:55. My page is being slow, but we'll log on about 8:55.
Go like our page.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff. Suggestions.
Anything y'all want to discuss, just let us know and we'll pick it up. We love you guys. We will see you.
Yeah,
next
DJ,
Thursday.
you can get an autograph. Here you go.
See you guys next
There you
Thursday at 9 o'clock.
Thursday Love. Salsa out. You didn't even do it right.
It's about to start over.
Okay, start it up.
One more time.
Thursday Love. Redskins versus Tigers. That's right. The Tigers killed the Redskins. Love y'all. Good